Today I'm sharing with you a bread recipe. I'm going to show you how to make Guyanese style butterflap. This is super simple and it's simply just white bread that's been layered with butter and it's so good. The first thing we're going to do is to proof the yeast. We're going to do this by adding sugar and yeast to warm water. Now you don't want the water to be hot or else it will kill the yeast. I'm going to let this sit for about 10 minutes. And once the yeast has proofed, you will know, you'll see, it's going to look exactly like this. Next, I'm using all-purpose flour to which I'm adding in salt. And I'm just going to mix that together. Now, you don't want to add the salt directly to the yeast because salt kills yeast. Now I'm going to add the flour salt mixture to the yeast and also melted butter. Now the melted butter needs to be cooled, so don't put bubbling hot butter into this. Again, that can kill the yeast as well. I'm going to knead this in my mixer with the hook attachment for about 10 minutes, but of course you can do this by hand. When working with yeast, it's very important to follow certain rules or else your bread is not going to rise. Now that I've mixed the bread, it's not sticky, you can handle it, and I'm not going to use any extra flour, but I am just going to knead it for about a minute or two and form it into a ball. Then I'm going to place that ball into a bowl, cover it loosely, and let it sit in a warm place. I like to put this on my stove because that is the warmest place in my kitchen, and I let it sit there for about 45 minutes to an hour, just until it's doubled in size. And this is what you're looking for. And I'm just going to punch it down in the middle and then turn it out onto my countertop. Again, I don't need any extra flour. And now I'm kneading it for about 10 to 20 seconds just to get it into a ball. And then I am going to cut this into 12 equal pieces. I think 12 is the perfect size for this amount of dough. I also tested this making 8 butterflaps and they were just too big. Remember, this is gonna rise, so while it initially looks small, they are gonna get big once they rise, and once you place them in the oven, they're gonna rise some more as well. The full recipe with measurements will be linked below in the description box. Now, how many of you guys actually make homemade bread? I think as a Guyanese, it's just something that we're used to. You know, back in the days in Guyana, we used to have homemade bread for breakfast. We would have it at Christmas. So it's something that's very much a part of me, and I absolutely love homemade bread. Now I have my 12 equal balls. I'm going to take one ball of dough and roll it out into a circle. Next, I'm going to spread softened butter onto the dough, and as you can see, I am not spreading it on the edges, so we just want to spread it around the middle. And I've tested this with both softened and melted butter, and the softened butter works best. As it cooks, the softened butter seeps into the dough and makes it more buttery, and I find that the melted butter tends to run out. Next, I'm going to fold it in half, spread a little bit more butter on top, and then fold it in half again. The very first time that I made butterflaps, I made 2 critical mistakes. One, I made them way too big, and then also I did not press the ends like I'm about to do. As a result, they opened all the way up, and they just didn't have the iconic shape of butterflap. Next, I'm going to place this on a baking sheet and repeat the process. Once I'm done with all the butterflaps, I am going to let them rise, loosely cover it with cling wrap, and let them rise for about 30 minutes. Next, I'm going to place these into an oven preheated at 375 degrees and bake them for about 20 minutes until they're golden brown. As soon as I take them out of the oven, I am going to brush them liberally with melted butter. let me tell you, these did not last. Like, my kids loved it. My husband, who's Jamaican, this is similar to their cocoa bread. He absolutely loved it. He ate it with cheese. I ate it by itself. It's not gonna last, I promise you. So buttery and so good. I've written out a post on my blog, jehancancook.com, where I will list all the tricks, the entire recipe. So you're gonna have every single thing that you need to be successful at making this recipe. So be sure to head on down into the description box and click on that link. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If this is your first time here, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, and thank you for joining me.